I think I really pour like my heart and soul into the whole experience, from like creating the dishes to like cooking it for other people. And so I guess what makes it unique is that like I'm putting my personality and like my heart and soul into it, I guess. Hi, my name is Helena and this is Ume. I try to like work as local as possible, like even for sourcing the ingredients. I try to go to like local farmers markets and get it from I guess like farmers that are within, the vicinity of San Diego County. Not only does it like taste better, but, reducing carbon footprint, that kind of thing. And just like in general, if you shop at farmers markets, like I've noticed that the produce just tastes a lot better because they're able to pick a lot closer to like the pick date versus like if you buy it from like a grocery store, they might need to pick like a couple weeks beforehand to account for shipping and like transportation and things like that. So it tastes better and you're reducing carbon footprint. So yeah. I think I guess I come from a family of eaters. We all just really love to eat. My dad especially, like he's really also very passionate about cooking. And I grew up eating mostly like Chinese food because that's like my background. My family is Chinese. They immigrated from Shanghai. So I grew up eating like 99% Chinese food. So that's kind of like, I also want to bring like an aspect of that into the food that I make. I think like some of the dishes might have like something that reminds me of my childhood or something that just makes me feel like it's like comfort food, but like elevated, I guess. And yeah, ever since I was little, I've always kind of like followed my dad around in the kitchen. And I guess maybe starting like in high school, I started cooking like dinners during the holiday times. And I kind of treated it as like a project sort of. I'm like, okay, this is like Thanksgiving dinner. So like this is the theme. And like I tried to choose things that would be seasonal. And that's kind of like where all of that started, I think. And just year after year, I was just kind of like, oh, I just want to like make things better.
And what kind of made you want to start Umi?
During COVID, I was kind of looking for like a creative outlet because my like day job is being a software engineer. But I think I just really enjoy like the experimentation aspect of like cooking and like the fact that you can kind of almost pretty much like make anything that you dream up. And I just really enjoy the process of that. And I think I get a lot of joy out of getting to something where I'm like, oh, this tastes so good, and I just want to like share it with other people. And I've always kind of been like a little bit obsessed with like, like the chefs and like just the whole like cooking world, I guess. And I was like talking to one of my friends and she was like, well, you can kind of just do this, like what's stopping you? And I was like, actually, you're right. But yeah, I mean, ultimately I just enjoy the cooking process, and I just want to share that with other people. So. Ume in Japanese means plum, and like since I started it during the pandemic, it was kind of like, it was just a hard time for everyone to go through. You're like isolated, and just, there's a lot of, I guess, like negativity, and it just wasn't a great time. But like plum blossoms, they bloom towards like the end of winter, beginning of spring. So I kind of like that it's a reminder that, winter is like this harsh, cold time, that even in times of diversity and harshness, there can be light, and like there are these beautiful blossoms that are blooming. I kind of start from like, okay, what is in season? And then sometimes I just like kind of think about what would be tasty. I guess like for example, like the blueberries, it just feels very like summery to me. And I was kind of thinking like, okay, what do I enjoy about summer? Like maybe like barbecue. So I think one of the dishes that I do want to have is I'm gonna do like a sous vide pork ribs, and then I'm gonna do like a cold smoke on them. And I really wanted to incorporate the blueberries somehow, so I wanted to have that as like a glaze or like some kind of sauce. So I guess I kind of just think from like combination of ingredients, and then I look to some dishes that I think of for the season, and then I might draw inspiration from just kind of like looking at other dishes that other chefs have created, and kind of just like combine all that together, I guess. So yeah. Something else that I think of for summer, I think of like zucchini and like squash. And so I'm gonna make like a zucchini olive oil gelato. You grate the zucchini so it's like super fine, and then you saute it with some butter to kind of bring a little bit of umami to it. So that's where you get like the squash. It's like a very light squash aftertaste, I would say, along with the olive oil. But then you just like add that to like a normal gelato or ice cream base, and then you just let it like steep overnight, and then the rest is kind of like pretty standard process, I guess. But yeah.
What do you hope for the future of Umi?
Yeah, I would love to be able to have the pop-up in like a more, I guess, like professional setting, having it be more like an actual like restaurant, you know, I think would be really great. And yeah, being able to like serve more people too. I think I would really love that. So yeah.